I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. No matter war, I'm entangled with self-defense of this life. The only entanglement I'm worried about with the price. So sorry I come under strict orders to let off this light. So let God be true and every man a crazy.
It's okay, yeah, you can read it. All praises to the Most High. His son Yahushua, we are the sword of the Spirit. We come out, try to wake up the 12 tribes of Israel. We trying to wake up the so-called black, so-called Mexican, and the so-called Native American. Give me Revelation 22 and 14, because the pastor don't teach this here. Everybody think in the church that you can have faith and just to believe you're going to enter the kingdom of heaven. It's not so. The Most High going to do the talking, and if you believe the Most High, you should believe His word.
Book of Revelations, chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do His commandments.
Blessed what?
Blessed are they that do His commandments.
He said, blessed are they do His commandments. It didn't say, blessed those have believe and have faith. He said, bless those that will do His commandments. So you got to understand someone is lying, because the Most High said what?
Blessed are they that do His commandments.
He said, bless those that do His commandments. So we have to do something here. We got to put something in action. Read.
That they may have the right to the tree of life.
He said, so they may have right. So what can get you to the right of the tree of life? Keeping the commandments.
That's right.
It's just like today. Today is the Sabbath day. I'm talking to the so-called black. I'm talking to the so-called Mexican. I'm talking to the so-called Native American.
That's right.
That's who I'm talking to. Because you got to understand, the Most High gave you the commandments.
That's right.
That's why you is on the bottom, because you broke the commandments.
That's right.
We out here day in, day out, every Sabbath, trying to wake you up, to tell you to come back and to keep the laws and statutes and commandments of the Most High. But read that again. Get to the top.
Revelations chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do His commandments.
Blessed are they that do His commandments. Because one day you is not doing the commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
You are breaking the Sabbath. So this right here is not contained to you, because right now you ignore what the Most High is saying right here. You so-called black, and you so-called Mexican, and you so-called Native American. You out on the Sabbath buying, and the Most High told us not to buy or sell on this day.
That's right. That's right.
But your preachers and your pastors is not teaching you that. They teaching you, oh, you can go out here and sell, or go and buy and sell on the Saturday, or the Sabbath on the Sunday. That's a lie.
That's right.
Because that's what Saturday is the beginning of the week. Not the seventh day. That's the first day.
That's right.
Read.
that they may have the right to the tree of life.
So they may have the right of tree of life. You so-called black, and you so-called Mexican, and you so-called Native American. The Most High said, if you keep my commandment, you will have the right of the tree of life.
That's right.
He's not talking to the other nation. Give me a precept with that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass.
He said, it shall come to pass. Man, this is going to happen. It has already happened.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Now these certain people did not listen to the Lord thy God. The whole world, he ain't talking to the whole world. He talking to a specific nation. He talking to. So that's what you got to understand. The Most High in this Bible, he talking to one nation. And that's the children of Israel, not the whole world.
That's right. To observe, to do all his commandments.
To observe and do all his commandments. So why the pastor said all the laws are done away with?
Teach us.
Somebody's lying.
Bring it out.
So the Most High said, do not trust in man, but believe in the Most High. Because the Most High, this is his word right here. What we read that your pastor teach out, supposed to teach on every Sunday.
That's
Read, y'all.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
That all what?
all these curses,
So these curses gonna fall on a certain particular nation. All nation is not up under these curses.
that's right.
Give me hold on, what you got? Give me Psalm 147, 19 and 20. Because you gotta understand who these people who the Most High talking to is up under these curses.
That's right.
Because you gotta understand, everybody's not up under these curses. The so-called white man is not up under the curses. The so-called African man is not up under the curses. The so-called Arab man is not up under the curses. The so-called Eastern Indian man is not up under the curses. You will find out who these curses will pertain today. If you have an ear to hear, read.
This is Psalms 119.
No, 147, verse 19 and 20.
Bring it out,
This is Psalms 147, verse 19.
Bring it out.
He showed his word unto Jacob.
He said he showed his word unto Jacob. Our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who we stem from.
That's right. Right.
Jacob had 12 sons. Jacob's name changed to Jacob to Israel. And from Israel to Israelite. You are an Israelite, sister.
That's right. That's right.
Read.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Hold on. He said his statute and his judgment. Now we gotta understand who the Most High showed his statute and his judgment, not to the whole world. He didn't show his statute to the whole world because if the whole world knew his statute and his judgment, we all will be in captivity.
That's right.
Who was gonna be over us and we all will be in captivity? That don't make sense though. Read. No.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Unto who?
Unto Israel.
The so-called white man.
Israel.
The so-called African.
Israel.
The so-called Arab. The so-called East Indian.
Israel.
He said Israel. He showed his law and statute to Israel. So he's talking to the so-called black, the so-called Mexican, and the so-called Native American he talking to. Because these the nation that he showed his statute and his laws and his commandment to. Read.
I command thee this day that all these curses,
Say that all these curses gonna follow the so-called black, the so-called Mexican, and the so-called Native American.
that's right,
so-called white man that you love, he's not fit these curses.
That's right.
The so-called Africans, he's not fit these curses.
That's right.
The so-called Arab man, he's not fit these curses. The so-called East Indian man, he's not fit these curses.
Wake him up.
But the children of Israel is fit these curses.
That's right.
That's why we come out here day in and day out to wake up the 12 tribes. To tell you who you are. Read.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now these curses, the Most High said, these curses gonna come upon us and overtake us.
That's right.
And it came over us. Look, you going into these stores. We don't own no type of stores around here.
That's right.
You going to the grocery store. You will own that. The textile mill, we don't own that. Oh, give me Deuteronomy. Yo, give me that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 43. The strangers that is within thee shall get up above thee.
He said the stranger. What he mean by stranger? The other nation. They gon' get above us. Because why? We broke the commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
Read.
Bring it
To
out.
get above thee very high.
I'm telling the Most High said these people gonna get above thee very high.
Right.
So if something very high, what you think we is?
And thou shalt come down very low.
He said we, the black, the so-called black, the so-called Mexican, and the so-called Native American, we gonna come down low. We the lowest thing on the paper. Everybody else is above us. Because the Most High said it. The Most High done it. Read.
He shall lend to thee.
He shall lend to us. If we gotta go, if we want a loan, who we got to go to? We got to go to our enemy, our oppressor,
That's
to
right.
get a loan.
That's right.
That he will start a business. Because if you have a plan and your plan can make more money than him, he will not give it to you.
That's right.
Read.
And thou shalt not lend to him.
And we shall not lend to him. We don't own no banks.
That's right.
We don't own nothing.
Teach us.
Every time we get our paycheck goes straight to the white man.
That's right.
Every time we get money, every time we get paid, we got to go and what? Pay that bill. It's like bills is waiting on you. Every time.
You gotta talk directly in the middle.
Okay. The bill, you know what I'm saying? Every time we go and do anything, our money going straight through our hands.
Right.
Read.
He shall be the head.
He said he shall be the head. Me, the so-called white man, the so-called Chinese man,
Bring it
the
out.
so-called Japanese man,
Right.
the so-called Arab man,
Right.
the so-called African man,
Right.
the so-called East Indian man.
That's right.
They gonna be the head. And we gonna be what?
And thou shalt be the tail.
And we shall be the tail. So we gonna be on the bottom. So every time we work and every time we do, we gonna spend our money. And every time we get that check is gone.
Right.
You've been trying to wonder like, I just made $1,000. Where it went to? Bills.
Right.
You paying taxes.
Right.
Before you get your check, do they take your money out your check? Take the tax out your check?
That's right.
That don't make sense. They don't even go to work. You doing 12 or 13 hours a day, but they got the audacity want to take taxes out your money.
Teach us. That's right.
But they let you know that we in captivity right now.
That's right.
We not free.
Teach us. Teach.
It's just like a dog. You know what I'm saying? You let a pit bull on a leash the whole time, and soon when you let him go, he think he's free because he's still running in the backyard. And that's what we doing right today. We still running in the backyard of America. We not went home. We not. We got some more else on there.
No, that was it.
What you got? Give me 48. Yeah, Deuteronomy 48. You got it?
48.
Yeah.
the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
He said, therefore, we gonna serve our enemy.
That's right.
When you go to work, you serving your enemy.
That's right.
You so-called black, you so-called Mexican, and you so-called Native American. We serving our enemy. And what?
Which the Lord shall sin against thee.
Which who?
The Lord shall sin against thee.
The Lord send these people against us. Why the Lord send these people against us?
Right.
That's the question you got to ask yourself.
Right.
You got to ask yourself, why did the Lord send these people to us?
That's right. Bring it out.
Because what? You broke the commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
You cannot blame the so-called white man because of what the condition you in. You have to you got to put the finger at yourself because we broke the commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
That's right.
Because we didn't want to do what the Most High told us to do. Read.
In hunger and in thirst.
He said in hunger. So when we gotta go to these stores to Aldi food mark over there, Aldi food mark over there, who own that? Who owns City Tree? Who owned the beauty supply house over there? Who owned DD's? Who owns Chevron? Who owned all these places?
Teach us.
The other nation, not the so-called the Negroes and the Mexicans and the Native Americans own nothing. Nothing. Because the Most High said he sent these people against us. Read.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. When you need water, where you gotta go pay your water at? Downtown, right? At the water company.
That's right.
We don't own no water. Don't it rain, and free water all day long. But they still make us pay water. This the cursing for the so-called black, the so-called Mexican, and the so-called Native American.
That's right.
And the other nation, the curses now fall on them. Not the Ethiopians, not Canaan,
That's right.
not the Canaanites.
That's right.
He talking about the Israelites.
That's right.
We the only one in captivity. We the only one went into slavery on slave ship.
That's right.
The other nation did not go on cargo slave ship.
That's right.
Read.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness. When we came off that slave ship, they stripped us butt naked and got us up off there like we cattle. The so-called African man didn't do it. Didn't come out naked. The Moab didn't do it. The Chinese, they didn't come out naked. But the so-called black, the so-called Mexican, and the so-called Native Americans did.
That's right.
Read.
And want of all things.
And want of all things. And we want a driver's license. And we want a birth certificate. We gotta go to our enemies.
That's
The
right.
Most High called them our enemy.
That's
He
right.
didn't call them our friend.
That's right.
He said your enemy. These people was our enemy in the back of in the biblical time. They still our enemy in this time.
Right.
Brother, hey brother. Yeah, brother, you hear me? You didn't come and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You got a beard, but you need to come, you know what I'm saying? You have a zeal for the Most High. You need to come and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. And commandments. Read up.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
So who had the yoke of iron upon our neck? Not the other nation didn't.
Right.
The so-called black, the so-called Mexican, and the so-called Native American. We the one that had the yoke on our neck. Because we broke the commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
And we out here to tell you to come back and keep the commandments of the Most High. Turn from your wicked ways. Come up out of Babylon.
That's right.
Come up out of that homosexual.
Tell him out.
Come out of that lesbian.
Teach
Come
us.
out of that homemonger. when he put that yoke around our neck and he took it off, you know the yoke is around our brains now. Cause what he told, this month is a what? It's a killing Thanksgiving. It's killing Thanksgiving. I'm gonna call it what it is. Cause that's what they did.
That's right.
They came over here and slaughtered our brothers and sisters. And y'all gonna come here, show me in the Bible that the Most High said, y'all, we supposed to serve, we supposed to feast for Thanksgiving.
Bring it out.
Show me that.
Bring it out.
Cause you won't find it.
That's right.
You won't find that in the Bible.
That's right.
Who teach you this? Supposed to be your pastor. Give me the Malachi 2:7.
Bring it.
Go. The priest is supposed to what? Keep knowledge. What is the knowledge? It's the Bible. It's the law, statute, and commandments. Read. So give me Malachi 2:7.
Book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 7. For the priest's lips.
So the what?
For the priest's lips.
So the pastor.
Shall keep knowledge.
So the pastor.
The priest's lips.
So the pastor.
The priest's lips.
Okay.
Shall keep knowledge, and they should seek the law.
Give me knowledge. Give me knowledge. So he said that the priest's lips shall post to keep knowledge. What he said is the priest's lips shall supposed to keep knowledge. What is knowledge? Because you got to understand, the Most High, this book right here, it's just like a dictionary. You can go, he said, what, precept on top of precept. That's how you can figure out what's going on here.
That's right.
Everything makes sense.
That's right.
Because the Most High said, the priest live, read that again.
Malachi, chapter 2, verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
Should keep knowledge. Should keep knowledge. Here go the knowledge. What the priest lives supposed to keep. Stay where you at.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 7.
Bring it out.
Bringing it out of the thing.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 7.
Bring it out.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but the fools despise wisdom and instructions.
He says the beginning of knowledge is fear the Most High. What the knowledge is the law, statute, and commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
Read.
And they should seek the law at his mouth.
Supposed to seek the law out of the pastor's mouth. These laws in this book supposed to proceed out of the pastor's mouth. He's supposed to tell you if you in a homosexual activity, he got to rebuke you out of his, correct you, tell you you cannot do that. He coming out with the law because the Most High said a man shall not lay down with mankind. You can't do that. But these pastors out here tell you, oh, it's okay. God told you to come as you are. Show me that in the Bible because it's not in the Bible. I haven't seen that yet. Now read that again.
Malachi, chapter 2, verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth. For he is the messenger of the Lord's host.
Now that pastor is the Lord host. Some of these pastors not the Lord host because they don't keep the law, statute, and commandments.
Bring it out, huh?
They don't wear the fringes. Give me Numbers 15 and 38. They don't do this here because the Most High said you must what? Show your light. Let your light shine. Let your light shine before men. Read 15 and 38.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
He said, speak unto the children of Israel. Speak to the so-called black. Speak to the so-called Mexican. Speak to the Native American. Read.
That's right.
And bid them that they make them fringes.
Command them. So they make them fringes. Read.
In the borders of their garments.
Of the border of their garments. Read.
Throughout their generation.
He said, throughout your generation. And we still generate on this planet. We still having children. Read.
And that they put them fringes of the borders and a ribbon of blue.
And we supposed to put a ribbon of blue. See, the Most High have a dress code. Read.
Verse 39. And it shall be unto you for a fringe.
It shall be to you as a fringe.
That ye may look upon it. And remember all the commandments of the Lord.
Esau, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? I just want to ask you one question. Did these people pay for this here? What they did to these people here? Did your people pay for this here? It's a yes or no. Did your people did your people pay for what they did to the so-called black, the so-called Mexican, the so-called Native American? Did they pay for what they did? That's a yes or no.
No.
Why not what?
Stop, brother.
No, I'm asking you a question though. You stop, right? And I'm asking you a question. Did your people do this? Huh? See, that's what I'm talking about. He playing like see that like he don't know. He do know. These people did do this to the so-called black, to the so-called Mexican, and to the so-called Native American. His people did not pay the price for it for what they did. They forefathers. Give me that in Isaiah.
Get him on camera.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
He said the Lord shall have mercy on the 12 tribes of Jacob. That's of the so-called black, the so-called Mexican, and the so-called Native American.
And will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them.
He said the strangers shall join with us, mean the other nation gonna be joined with us. The so-called white man, the so-called Arab man, the so-called Chinese man, the so-called Japanese man, all them gonna join with us.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Say they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. They already doing that now. They wear their hand backwards. You know what I'm saying? They try to talk like us. They try to dress like us.
Can't never dance like us.
They try to do everything. Read. Finish that out.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Hey, the other nation gonna be our servants and handmaids.
Right.
So Moab gonna do our feet. You know what I'm saying? Do the ingrown toenail. I know a couple brothers got the ingrown toenail. Yeah, we gonna need that done too. Yeah.
And they shall take them captive.
Take them what?
Captive.
Take them what?
Captive. Whose captive they were.
So the same way they did to us, the same way we gonna do to them.
That's right.
We not gonna spare nothing. The same way they will treat us, we gonna treat them. But we gonna do it in righteousness. And that's what.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
And we shall rule our oppressors. Meaning we gonna rule over the other nation. And that's my time. And I say shalom.